Seniors, eat these 4 foods before bed to repair your eyes and vision naturally. You might not believe it yet, but there are certain foods you can eat at night that do more than nourish your eyes. They quietly restore your vision while you sleep. Yes, even after turning 60. Many people think that blurry vision is just another part of aging, but the truth is more hopeful than that. According to research from Harvard, it's during your deepest sleep that your eyes begin their silent recovery. They flush out toxins, rebuild the retina, and hydrate the lens from the inside out. But there's one condition. Your body must have the right nutrients before you close your eyes. And here's the good news. These nutrients aren't trapped inside expensive pills or complicated prescriptions. They're quietly sitting in 4 common foods that might already be in your kitchen. If you're looking for a natural way to see more clearly by tomorrow morning, don't leave this video, because by the end of this journey, you'll know exactly what to do tonight to gently awaken clarity in your eyes by sunrise. And we'll start with a food you probably already have in your fridge, but may have never thought of as a healing remedy for your eyes. Let's begin. 1. Boiled eggs, not fried, not scrambled, not sunny side up. Just a simple boiled egg, but it holds the quiet power to nourish your eyes while you sleep. You've probably heard of lutein and zeaxanthin. These are 2 powerful antioxidants your eyes need, especially in the macula. That's the part of your eye responsible for sharp vision, fine detail, and the ability to see in low light. Surprisingly, boiled eggs, especially the yolk, are packed with exactly those nutrients, and more importantly, in a form that seniors absorb better than leafy greens. According to a study published in the Journal of Nutrition, eating just 1 egg yolk a day for 5 weeks significantly increased blood levels of lutein and zeaxanthin without raising cholesterol in healthy adults. But the benefits go further. Eggs are rich in cysteine, which helps your body produce glutathione. This is one of the body's most powerful antioxidants. It supports your liver, your brain, and yes, your eyes while you sleep. They also provide vitamin A, the essential nutrient for night vision and for keeping the surface of your eyes moist and protected. Can you remember the last time you woke up with burning, gritty eyes like sand was trapped inside them? That could be your body asking for the very nutrients found in a boiled egg. I once worked with Miss Dorothy, 72 years old, a retired school teacher. She told me that every morning her eyes were dry, red, and painfully irritated. It got so bad she could no longer read before bed. We didn't change her medications. We didn't add any supplements. We simply added 1 boiled egg to her dinner every night. 3 weeks later, she called me back, her voice full of emotion. For the first time in months, she said, "I can read before bed without my eyes feeling sore." Simple, gently, but powerful. If you've always thought of eggs as just a breakfast food, it's time to think again, because your eyes need care not only during the day, they need nourishment through the night. 2, avocado. You might have heard someone say avocados are too fatty. You should stay away. But the truth is, the right kind of fat at the right time can protect your eyes from strain, dryness, and early degeneration. And avocado is that kind of fat. After 60, your body begins to struggle with absorbing fat-soluble nutrients, especially lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 compounds that preserve the pigment in your macula. This pigment helps shield your eyes from blue light UV rays and the oxidative damage that builds up from a lifetime of seeing. Without healthy fat alongside your body, can't absorb these nutrients no matter how many greens you eat. And that's exactly why avocado shines at the senior's dinner table. According to a study published in the Journal of Nutrition, people who ate 1 avocado a day for 6 months developed a higher macular pigment density. That means stronger retinas, better contrast sensitivity, and a reduced risk of macular degeneration. But avocado does more than just help absorb lutein. It also contains vitamin E, which protects your eyes from harsh artificial lights and UV exposure, vitamin C, which supports the tiny blood vessels that nourish your vision, and most importantly, glutathione, a gentle detoxifier that helps your liver and eyes cleanse overnight. You might wonder, avocados are fatty. Will eating them at night make me gain weight? The answer is no. In fact, the monounsaturated fat in avocado helps stabilize your blood sugar. It can even prevent late-night hunger or those uncomfortable stomach wake-ups. I once worked with Mr. Richard, 68 years old. He told me he could no longer read his Bible at night. His vision would blur even with glasses on. I didn't change his prescription. I didn't suggest any eye drops. I simply asked him to add half an avocado to dinner 3 nights a week. A month later, he took my hand and smiled. "I don't read any faster," he said, "but for the first time in years, I can see each word clearly." Avocado is no miracle, But when you bring it in at just the right moment, dinner right before your eyes begin their nightly repair cycle, it becomes the gentle bridge that carries nutrients exactly where they need to go. So tonight, try adding half an avocado to your dinner plate. Not just for the nutrition, but because your eyes are quietly begging to heal. 3, kiwi. If you think kiwi is just a cute little dessert, you might be missing one of the most powerful silent warriors for your aging eyes. They're small, they're fuzzy, and they're often overlooked. But inside kiwis carry one of the most potent natural doses of vitamin C your body can receive. And more importantly, it's when you eat kiwi that makes all the difference. Nighttime is when your retina, cornea, and lens begin their internal cleanup cycle. They work to remove free radicals, fight off air pollution, blue light, and sun damage that built up throughout the day. But for that process to happen properly, your body needs vitamin C circulating in your bloodstream. According to the New Zealand Institute of Nutrition, kiwis contain twice as much vitamin C as oranges, along with vitamin E, carotenoids, and polyphenols. Together, these compounds help boost collagen production for your cornea and lens, moisturize the surface of your eyes, reducing the dryness, itching, or burning you feel each morning, lower inflammation in the tiny blood vessels that nourish your vision, and protect against retinal degeneration. And something even more remarkable, kiwis help your body release melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep deeply. Deeper sleep means more time for your eyes to heal, and kiwi creates that very connection. I still remember Miss Joanne, 70 years old, who proudly drove herself to the grocery store every morning. But each day she'd say the same thing. I wake up and my eyes feel like they never rested at all. We tried everything, eye drops, warm compresses, even changing her pillowcases. Nothing worked. Until I suggested something simple, 1 kiwi after dinner every night. Just 10 days later, she called me. For the first time in months, she said, I woke up without rubbing my eyes from the burning. 3 weeks later, she could read the morning paper without angling her head toward the light. Her eyes no longer feared the sunrise. Not because of luck, but because one small kiwi taken at the right moment gave her eyes the true chance to restore themselves overnight. So if you've ever woken up with burning, blurry, or foggy eyes, remember the tiny kiwi. It makes no noise, but its impact is quietly powerful. 4, walnuts. There's one word most people never associate with vision: inflammation. We often think inflammation is something that happens in joints or in the gut, and usually not too serious. But according to the journal of the American Medical Directors Association, silent inflammation inside the eye is one of the leading causes of blurred vision, nighttime dryness, and chronic macular degeneration. And here's what makes it even more troubling. This inflammation doesn't stop when you go to sleep. It keeps going, silently damaging your retina and optic nerve, blocking the blood flow that's supposed to deliver oxygen and nutrients to every cell in your eyes. That's why I want you to start paying attention to walnuts. They're small, they're crunchy, and they carry a powerhouse of nutrients that support your eyes while you sleep. Walnuts are one of the richest plant-based sources of omega-3, especially ALA, alpha-linolenic acid. Inside your body, ALA is converted into EPA and DHA. These are the structural building blocks of your retina. DHA alone makes up nearly 30% of the fat in your retina. When you don't have enough of it, your light-sensing cells become sluggish, inflamed, and more prone to damage. You might think that only fatty fish contains DHA, and you'd be right, but not everyone eats salmon every day. If you're plant-based, allergic to seafood, or simply dislike the smell of fish, walnuts become the perfect nighttime solution. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, people who eat walnuts regularly show significantly lower levels of CRP, a key marker of inflammation in the blood. This helps more than just your heart. It supports healthy blood flow to the retina where it matters most. Did you know that your eyes contain some of the densest networks of blood vessels in your entire body? If those tiny vessels get squeezed by inflammation or high blood pressure, your retina gets starved, no nutrients, no oxygen, and your vision quietly declines night after night. I remember a friend named Carl, he was 75, and he once told me every morning it feels like my eyes are full of sand. He didn't want to take more pills. He didn't believe in supplements. So we tried just one thing. One small handful of walnuts, about 7 halves, added to his light evening snack. 2 weeks later, he smiled and said, "This morning my eyes weren't dry. No more sand, just light." Walnuts also contain melatonin, which helps you sleep more deeply. And when your sleep lasts long enough, your eyes get the time they need to heal. They also provide vitamin E, zinc, and polyphenols, which fight the oxidative stress that slowly damages every cell in your visual system. One small handful, one big difference. It's not a miracle, but it is consistency. And in the world of natural healing, consistency is more powerful than any miracle drug. Knowing what to eat is important, but knowing when to eat and how to combine things is what truly makes the difference, because your eyes don't repair themselves throughout the day. They only enter true recovery mode during the first few hours of deep sleep. That's when blood circulation increases, inflammation settles down, and retinal cells begin their gentle regeneration. So whatever you eat 1 to 2 hours before bed becomes the raw material your eyes will use to heal. You don't need to eat all 4 foods every night. Just pick 2 or 3 each day and rotate them through the week. For example, Monday, 1 boiled egg plus half an avocado. Tuesday, 1 kiwi plus a small handful of walnuts. Wednesday, if you feel a little hungrier, you can gently combine all 4 into a light, nourishing plate. Here's how you can do it. Mash avocado and mix it with a boiled egg and a pinch of sea salt. Enjoy a chilled kiwi with 1 spoon of plain yogurt, then sprinkle some crushed walnuts on top. Or simply eat them one by one, small bites taken slowly before bedtime. This isn't a rigid formula. It's a rhythm of life, steady, gentle, and consistent. Alongside food, here are 3 small habits that can strengthen your results. Drink a glass of water with dinner. Water helps transport nutrients throughout the body, including the tiny capillaries that nourish your eyes. Avoid sugary, salty foods or alcohol too late at night. They disrupt blood sugar, dehydrate your body, and create internal stress that interrupts your eye's healing cycle. Create a quiet, dark, screen-free sleep environment. Because your eyes are not just tools for seeing, they are part of your biological clock. The deeper you sleep, the more time your eyes have to restore themselves. You don't need supplements. You don't need expensive gadgets. You just need a little patience and a small plate of the right foods right before you close your eyes. You know, most seniors don't lose their vision all at once. They lose it night by night, little by little, until one day it slips past unnoticed. One evening, you can't quite see your grandchild's face under dim light. Another time, you avoid driving at dusk. Then slowly you begin to step back from the little things that once brought you joy. But today you've learned something powerful. Your eyes can still heal if you give them time, nourishment, and deep rest. We're not talking about miracles. We won't promise your vision will return to what it was in your 20s, but we believe in the strength of small actions repeated consistently. 1 boiled egg, half an avocado, 1 ripe kiwi, a handful of walnuts. So simple, so gentle, but the beginning of a hopeful journey. You don't need to change everything. Just begin with one right thing tonight. We wish you health. We wish you peace. And we hope you wake up tomorrow with clarity in your eyes and light in your heart. We'll see you again in the next video. If today's message helped you in any way, please tap the like button and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss the next healing episode. Are you already using one of these foods? Leave a comment below and share your story with us. I'd love to hear about your journey toward clearer, healthier vision.